The Grateful Crane. Once upon a time, in a snowy mountain village, there lived a kind old weaver named Haru. He lived alone in a small wooden house with a thatched roof, surrounded by tall pine trees. Every day, he sat by his loom, weaving cloths to sell for rice, salt, or firewood. One cold winter afternoon, the wind howled and snow covered everything in white. While gathering wood outside, Haru heard a soft flutter. Flutter! He turned and saw a white crane lying in the snow. Its wing was bleeding, and it shivered from the cold. Oh dear! Poor little crane! How did you end up here? Haru gently wrapped the crane in his old scarf and brought it inside. He carefully washed the wound and placed the crane near the warm hearth. That night, he kept the fire glowing and gently whispered to the bird. By morning, the crane had recovered. It looked at Haru with kind eyes, flapped its wings, and flew away into the snowy sky. Haru watched it disappear and smiled. Go on, little one. Back to your sky. A few days passed. The snow kept falling. One quiet evening, there was a knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Standing outside was a young woman in a white kimono, her long black hair dusted with snow, and her cheeks pink from the cold. I've lost my way in the snow. May I rest here for a little while? Haru nodded kindly. Come in, come in. My house is small, but it's warm. From that day on, she stayed. She helped with cooking, sweeping, and even weaving. She was gentle, graceful, and her eyes held a soft, mysterious light like the snow-covered sky. One day, she said, I'd like to help you, Haru. I can weave cloths for you to sell, but you must promise not to peek while I work. Though surprised, Haru agreed. She went into a small room. For 3 days and 3 nights, he heard only the gentle rhythm of shh from the loom. When she finally opened the door, she brought out a shimmering silk cloth, as soft as moonlight and as bright as snow. Haru sold it at the market, and people were amazed. He returned home with rice, warm blankets, and firewood. Each time they needed food or supplies, the girl would weave a new cloth. But after every session, she looked weaker, her face paler, and her hands trembling more. Haru grew worried. One day, unable to resist his curiosity, he quietly peeked through the crack in the door and froze. Inside the room stood not the young girl but a white crane. She was plucking her own feathers, one by one, and weaving them into the magical fabric. The crane turned and saw him. She slowly changed back into the girl. Her voice was soft and sad. Now you know. I was a crane you saved in the snow. I returned to thank you. But now that my secret is revealed, I must go. Haru dropped to his knees. No, don't leave. I don't need more cloths or riches. I only want you to stay. But she gently walked outside. As her feet touched the snow, she transformed back into a beautiful white crane, her wings glowing in the twilight. She soared into the sky, leaving behind soft feathers dancing in the wind. Moral of the story: true kindness asks for nothing in return. And when someone is grateful, let that gratitude be quiet and free, not something we chase or keep. Gratitude is a gift, but to truly honor it, we must protect it with respect and gentleness.